Hey guys, Mo back again. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Moto Razr from the car. Just picked this up from T-Mobile's. Traded in my Pixel 7a. This took many months in the making, but we finally did it. Before getting to the unboxing video, I just want to give a quick shout out to my partner Mint Mobile. Currently they offer 5G plans for as low as $15 a month. You get access to really fast data, unlimited talk and text, and for a limited time only, you buy 3 months, you get 3 months free. This offer ends January 1st, so make sure to check them out, link in the description below. So now, just kind of open this and pop my SIM card in. And then I gotta go pick up dinner, go back home, bathe my baby. Only got a few minutes, so hence the rush here. So here's the fall. We'll peel this off. Here it is, Razr phone. Kind of a nice matted feeling. Got the Razr logo at the bottom. You only got one tiny little notification bar thingy. And a hole punch camera. It looks like there is some type of film here, screen protector that they recommend you not peel off because you're gonna break the screen. So let me quickly pop this open. And then I'll turn on the phone, quickly use GPS and be on my way. Does this have micro USB support? It might. I will double check later, but there's 2 ports here. So one is for the SIM card. The other one, I assume is micro SD, but it may or may not be another SIM card, but it doesn't look like a SIM card. So let me double check that later when I have time. If it does have micro USB, I would be pumped. So let me boot up this phone. Voila. I tested the Razr, the regular Razr I tested the Razr Plus earlier on in the year. That phone was $1,000. Now this is the budget variant, which comes in at $600, which I think is really exciting. Folding phone sounds cool in theory, but they are expensive. Actually, this phone is $552. I guess with taxes and everything, it runs closer to $600. So let me set it up right now for the first time. Set up offline. Why am I offline? Didn't I just put in the SIM card? Maybe it just takes a few minutes to register. But just gonna hit accept. SIM card is in here. I like how the phone feels very lightweight. Coming from, I guess technically I was coming from the Pixel 7a, but before that I was using the OnePlus Open, which is lighter than all the other folding phones I have used, but it is still heavy in the grand scheme of things. It's nice to go back to a regular weight phone again. Gives you a warning to do not peel off the screen protector. It tells me take care of my phone. We're just gonna click through all this. Okay, let's jump into day 1 in the life of the Moto Razr. So after being stuck with the Pixel for many months, I was finally able to trade it in for the Moto Razr. I think there's a lot to like. First of all, terrible names. I wish they call it a flip or something that is more memorable. Because Moto Razr can mean anything from the early flipping phone back in the 2000s to the original Moto Razr when they first made their smart folding phone. But I guess you can distinguish it by calling it Moto Razr 2023. But that is besides the point. My favorite thing about this phone is the fact that it costs $600. Actually, even right now you can get it for about $500, which is an awesome deal. And the price alone makes it a very appealing option due to the fact that folding phones are so expensive. When the Galaxy Z Fold first came out, it was $1,800. Even the Z Flip, they were originally $1,200 to $1,400. They finally were able to bring it down to $1,000. And now this phone is coming in half the price. So it is kind of like a budget flipping phone, and it makes it really appealing. And I think there's a lot to like about this phone. I hope Motorola or somebody else will take the next step to cut the folding phone in half, because not a lot of people can afford $2,000. I love the idea of a folding phone, but I think $2,000 is too much for most people. So I like the idea of the flipping phone, then actually using it sometime. If you want to get a flipping phone, you actually want to reduce your screen on time. So there's a purpose to every time you open and close the phone. If you close the phone, obviously you are done with it, don't want to use it. And if you open it up, it just feels like a regular smartphone. So I think if your goal is to reduce screen on time, then the Moto Razr is a good choice on a budget. And I do like that even though this is a budget variant, it looks like it does have a desktop mode. I haven't tried using it yet. I'll wait until I go back to work, then I can do multitasking and all that at the same time. But for now, it's the weekend. I'm just running around, unbox the phone, want to quickly use it, get a sense of feel of it. But just having a desktop mode, so you don't have to constantly use the phone, you can just have it connected on the computer and do everything on the screen at once. And this is something that even the $1,700 OnePlus Open does not even offer, which I find to be surprising. The OnePlus Open is probably one of my favorite folding phones so far, but it's missing a desktop mode. They did a lot of things well, so I'm surprised they kind of cut corners there and left that option off. And one of the benefits of just having a flip phone is you can dock it anywhere and start recording like I am right now. Unfortunately, if I were to record in this mode, it's just going to be in portrait mode. Not really ideal for YouTube. It's probably better for TikTok and short videos, but just using this for demonstration purposes so you guys can see the camera quality. Is currently 6:42 p.m. dark outside, just sitting in a room. I have one light above my head and that's basically it. It is just sitting on my laptop and recording the video. Although one thing I do miss from the Moto Razr Plus and the Galaxy Z Flip 5 is just having the larger screen. I can actually see the preview and know that I'm recording. Because right now I have to basically hit record, turn the phone around, and then start recording. And from there, I don't even know, whatever randomly shuts off or overheats or anything like that. I can just talk for 10 minutes and later on I can go back to look at it and nothing's recording. So that uneasiness is somewhat troubling. With the small screen in the front, I wish that they have at least a timer or something that like indicate that it's recording or blinking red light. Because right now I'm just staring at it and I assume it's recording, but who knows. For some reason, they keep you this option that you can toggle on a smiley face. I think it only works for photo, but for videos, right now I'm just seeing a black screen and not even turning on. So I'm not sure how useful that's going to be or what's the point of that. I remember the Moto Razr Plus has something similar, but I just find it kind of useless. I wish they just do a tiny preview screen of what is actually recording versus the cartoon smiley face. So, I mean, it's a $500 phone. I can't really complain that much. I remember when the Galaxy A54 first came out, it was roughly $400 to $500. This Moto Razr 2023 is a much better phone than the Galaxy A54, just in terms of performance, speed. The A54 is so slow that makes the phone very annoying to use. It takes at least half a second to swipe between screen and load apps, anything like that. But Moto Razr Plus, Moto Razr so far, day one, everything's been smooth, fast, even though it is using a year-old chip. No complaints, I think, on my end. It's pretty smooth, no lag or stutter. Of course, it's only been one day. I'm not sure how it's going to perform in the long term, but at least on day one, it's working out to be pretty good. Kind of like this rubbery texture feel in the back of the phone. First, it does look kind of cheap compared to Moto Razr Plus. It doesn't have the full screen, but at the same time, it has a good grip, so it doesn't feel like it's slippery or it's going to follow your hand or anything like that. So I like the natural grip. I don't really like using phone cases, so having this grippy back is actually a nice touch. Although when I open this phone, it feels much more stiff and harder to open compared to at least the Galaxy Z Flip 5 and the Moto Razr Plus. I remember those were a little bit easier. This one, it just feels more rigid, and there were a few times when I'm fumbling trying to open a phone that I almost end up dropping it. So just something to keep in mind. My wife recently switched over to the Galaxy Z Flip 5 and she told me that she doesn't even bother holding up the phone anymore. So there is her take this in terms of flipping phone. Like the idea of it sounds cool, but if you have to open it every single time, it gets annoying. You can just leave it open and use it as a regular smartphone, I guess, which is something that I may consider doing, but at the same time, I like the satisfaction of closing the phone when I'm done and putting it away. I think it's a pretty neat feeling. But then every time I want to use it again, I do have to stumble and try to open up with one hand while I pry it in or flick it open or use two hands. It still takes some effort. And so far, day one, I actually woke up at about 3 a.m. in the morning. I have a newborn, so I woke up to feed him. Then I just have YouTube playing in the background. and just fast forwarded to the rest of the day. It actually died at around 3 p.m. So roughly 12 hours of battery life on the first day of using this phone. But just want to give you a quick summary there of my initial thoughts and impression with this phone. I'm going to do a more deep dive in future videos, how it performed on a day in life. But for now, this is just my first look. But stay tuned for the rest of this series. Remember to like and subscribe for these day in the life series. Please check out my OnePlus Open final review if you haven't already, or my final review of the Moto Razr Plus, which I really did enjoy using. I did a daily series on that as well, and people found it to be helpful. So I'm going to do something similar for the Moto Razr. Appreciate the time as always, and see you guys in the next video.